So I'm at 109 now, and if I just quickly hold down the healing, 23 healing gave me like 70 health. You see how quick that went up? I'll just tap it again here. Look how quick it goes up. That's really important if you're playing co-op. Really important, because if you're at the back firing in your teammates, you know, that canister on the left there, and he's weak, you need to be able to dodge over, pop a heal, get into 200 health super quick and get out again. I need to cast these a bit more, these utility things, but it gives me a nice boost in all the stats. Getting 22 focus per hit, so then I can just cast that. Stamina gets a bit low, just cast another one. Now the health's getting a bit low, the top left, so I'm just going to cast that. I've still got enough now to, like, you know, heal my team, right? And the healing boost is so quick, you barely have to spend any focus to heal your team, so it's just crazy good for healing. Stamina. Maybe chop a tree just to get some focus as well. There we go. They last 2 minutes, so it's like plenty of time. Well, it would be, but the boss would be kind of tough because you just have to not get hit. With Echoes, you'd kill them super easy, obviously. Every build does, really, but... Oh, where's the boss? Oh, it's at the bottom side, so we'll head to that then, and see how we do there. Lots of room there as well, should be pretty good for this one. I want to boost his health, actually. I don't want to boost his focus. Yeah, health one off this guy. There we go. And into the fight, fully charged already. I mean, you could get those free buffs anyway, but you just have to build them up. At least now I'm like fully ready to go. So pretty much infinite stamina as long as you hit everything and just let it charge. See there, it's kind of going down. When you get to like a quarter, you want to kind of just stop, let it recharge a bit. Oh, because they're groups, that's just double hitting right there. Oh my god, these barricades! This is where the arrows kind of come in, but yeah, this is very much a group setup version that I've got here. So if you were going to do like a more of a solo version, I'd keep these three the same, but I'd change this bow maybe. But I'll explain the way it works because yeah, it's kind of all linked together. So you've got the barrier on kill because you're running low life here to get the max boost. So now you could do this with the full life max health gem setup if you wanted to do that, but I'm just trying to get the most healing possible here for this. So. Attack speed bonuses here, and stamina cost reduced. Now why have I got stamina cost reduced? Well, I'm running this, which boosts your cost for a quiver, which I need to repair actually. Now that's important, because plus 5 cost of stamina is massive really. You think of how much you're spamming with this, it's massive. So yeah, stamina cost does help. I mean, you don't necessarily need it. You could run a plagued version of this with the short bow, just enchant the bow, or have the facet and then not run this. But I like this with the little canister that it sends out, because it does AoE. So if there's multiple enemies, you get multiple hits, which is really important for this helmet. I get 23%. Well, it's actually 46 because it gets doubled of my durability, which is 164. Because it's a cloth helmet, but it's got boosted durability, so I'm getting like 60-70% focus gain boost here. So my focus gain goes up a lot. So you know, if there's 2 or 3 enemies together, one hit, I'm getting 60%. I'm getting like 60-70 focus there. So 22 focus per hit basically is what I worked out. Then you've got, so the low focus stuff is really key with this. I'm always low focus at all times. So let's just explain how that works. I have these 2 pieces here. So one of them is 19, one's 20. And low focus is basically 30% and below. Or I think it might be 29 and below. So this is 40% because of the gem that doubles it. Then this is 19. I didn't double this because it'd be too much. It'd be like what? That would be 78% focus missing. It's too much. Because I'd only have 22% of my focus. So I'd done the lower tier gem to give me a bit more. So I'm about 25-26% on the focus here, which is pretty good. Obviously, ideally, I'd get like 17% then, and I'd just put the higher tier gem in. But so why am I doing that max focus reduce? Well, it means I don't have to worry about being low focus. I'm constantly low focus, but that's why I spec a lot into focus. So I can just keep spamming. I can still cast my abilities, right? So I can still heal. I can cast my utility runes. So that's where the utility runes come in, which I'll explain in a sec. But that low focus also gives you the boost here. So healing increased by 37% at low focus, which is permanent. So 74% healing boost, which is massive. So that's the first one. Then we get the 25 here doubled. So 74 plus 25 is what? 109% healing boost. Then you get the durability on gloves here, which is 46% of 300, which is going to be around about 130, 140. So you're already talking, you're going to have 250, 260% healing boost with this. I worked out about 260, I think, which is massive. So what that means is your healing is kind of crazy. Now, if I just lose some health here, I'll show you just how little focus it costs me to heal. And this is how it would work in your team as well. So if I just find a way to lose some health, that'd be great. I'll jump up here. Oh, there's some enemies here, that's great. I also have the utility runes, which I'll kind of show as well. Now, probably need to take a bit more damage than run. There we go. That's how good the healing is. So you see how much lifesteal I get with the plague? It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh, that's good, that's good. Time to run. Okay. So, what I'll do is show you just quickly how much healing you can get. If I could actually climb, that'd be fantastic. But so I'm at 109 now, and if I just quickly hold down the healing, 23 healing gave me like 70 health. You see how quick that went up? I'll just tap it again here. Look how quick it goes up. That's really important if you're playing co-op. really important, because if you're at the back firing and your teammates, you know, that canister on the left there, and he's weak, you need to be able to dodge over, pop a heal, get into 200 health super quick and get out again. Now the good thing about that healing is you're pretty invincible when you're doing it as well, because you're healing so much, and I think the only thing that can kill you is a super heavy attack from a boss, or a CC attack. So something that breaks stagger, for example, or poise. So you're pretty invincible when you do that, so you can do that in quite rough situations, dive in and heal and get out again. Now, one thing I wanted to kind of showcase was the utility runes, so I'll go kill these guys here now. Oops. Somehow that guy missed me, even though I'm chopping a tree there, but... so there we go, I've got enough now. So, why am I running 3 utility runes? Well, the thing is, you have to spec into a lot of damage, and then you kind of need a lot of focus as well. And you also need a bit of equip load. You need a bit of everything with this, right? You look at these stats and you think they're really low, like 240 health, halved. I'm like, what was my max health? 118, looks really low. It is. 70 stamina, yeah, super low. We need to be sorting that as well. And then I also need focus to be a good amount, because I can only get 26% of my focus-ish. So to cast these utility runes, I need at least 100 focus. So I'll show you now. So my focus is 390, but if I use the focus boost, it costs me 100. But I've now got 490 focus, so my minimum focus goes up. So that's the first one I usually cast, because then I've got a bit of extra spare. So now when I go down to these guys, I can then cast the next one, which is going to be the stamina. Because this is going to boost my stamina from 70 up to 91, which is a really big boost. Then, after that, I want to be able to boost my health, right? So I've got 244 health, look at this. It gives you the extra half health as well, but it goes up to 293. So these all last for 2 minutes, so you can constantly keep these up easily in a fight. Because literally 3 or 4 hits against pack enemies like that, you've got full focus again. Which again, full focus for you is like what? On this build, 109 without the boost, but I think it'll go to like 130 with the focus boost. If I check it here, that's 104, there should be an enemy down here as well. There we go, 137. So, you know, gives you a nice little boost, and you just keep cycling it. Then, you know, you get enough back. You only need about 30-40 to give somebody 200 health. So you just run in, pop your heal. That should be enough to heal somebody fully with this healing. So the AoE is quite big on this as well. You know, covers a massive area. So yeah, for full release, this would be very, very strong. Even if they change the enchantments here on these gems and they lower the values, maybe even if they do like 50% here, it's still going to be very good. But for now, obviously, I'm putting the max gems in. But you could use the max health gem setup. Full focus might work, but you'd have to cast you. Well, it wouldn't work with this actually, because you got max healing reduced, so that probably wouldn't be a good idea. So the max health gems would be the best next, and then there'd be a few other ways you could boost it as well. But yeah, for now, low health and max health are the best 2 ways for this one. Because max health would give you more tankiness personally, so max health might be better as a solo version. I think for a team version, low health is better, but I think max health would be better for a solo, because you'd have way more health, which means you could then put another 10 points into damage. So your damage would be better, your healing won't be as good, but your healing's insane anyway, so for solo play, yeah. If you want it to be a bit of a mixture of solo and co-op, I would do a max health version. If you purely want to be like a super good teammate for co-op, if things get more difficult on full release or on the next patch, this is a really good setup to run. So you can see everything sort of intertwines really. Now, for damage, you still need damage, don't you? So you've got 2 plague, 1 in the chest, 1 in the pants, and then armor pen is the same. 1 in the gloves, 1 in the pants. Usually you want 3 of each of those for max damage, but 2 is pretty good. It puts you in a pretty good spot really. I don't think I've missed many of the stats really. Obviously I've got the focus gain here, the healing here, and I've got healing in 1, 2, 3. That's all boosted by the low focus because of this helmet. And I also get the the low focus of the healing is boosted here. And I get the stamina cost at low focus as well. That's one thing I didn't explain. Stamina cost 25%, gets boosted by 80%, so like what, 47%, something like that, 46 maybe. Boosted stamina cost reduced. Then when you add that with this ring, another 20%, you're bringing the cost down of this total, what, 22 stamina. It's, it's going to be under half that cost, and then this gives you quite a bit back, 6% of 91 back, so we're just talking about 6 really, just under 6. So your shot's going to cost you like 3 stamina, basically, so it does go down slightly, but you've got decent stamina recovery, 33 is not terrible. Now ideally, get Agile into these 2, and you'll go to like mid-40s on stamina recovery. I didn't manage to get it, but yeah. If you can get agile in these two, you're laughing really. Or even in the pants. I didn't even get it in the pants, to be honest with you. So get 2 with agile on, you're laughing. If you get 3, then brilliant. You definitely want to get durability here to boost the healing. Then this one to give you the extra max life reduced with the helmet. This puts me on 52, which is perfect. That's the best number you can do, because 51% reduced is not good, because it's bugged at 49% health, and so is 50. So 48% health is the best to do. And then you get the healing off this ring. You get the lifesteal off plague. So yeah, you know, you're healing for full health in one hit. But you do need this barrier here, and then double it. You do need barrier on kill. Just to give you that bit of tankiness, and then try and take a barrier into a boss fight, and then you shouldn't really get hit against the boss ever with the distance management you have. Maybe the Echo Knight second phase, because he's got just a lot of crazy abilities and movement. He's by far the hardest boss in the game. That's without Echoes, by the way. With Echoes, you'll just delete him with the boosts. So you can do everything in this game, basically. No problem, but obviously I try and do no Echo runs with pretty much every build. With this one, yeah, you'd be able to do it if you tailor it a bit, but again, if you went into a group with no Echo runs, you'd do it easily, because they'd just take all the aggro, and they'd just pretty much never die as long as you're pretty switched on with the healing. So, yeah, it's a very cool, fun build. The stagger on this is very good with this as well. I don't know if it actually shows, but the poise break here says 10, but it definitely feels like more when you're running this. You can even feel the screen shake when you do it. So, but yeah, that's why I chose the short bow, the movement. That's what kind of makes this work. I think the other bows you'd be a lot more risky, just stood there doing this, moving around like this. You're a lot easier to hit. This is, I think, the best way to do it. So you've got really good survivability. You can move around and get to your teammates quick. So there is another bow called Patience, which does the same animation, so you could run that one as well. Yeah, there's a lot of things sort of at play here, and it took a bit of time to put this together because, like I say, you need to be at 100 focus base without the boost, so you can actually cast your utility runes. You know, you just don't have enough points to get around in this, because you need damage, you need health, you need stamina, you need focus. You need a lot of focus, because you need to have low focus permanent, which means you need to have enough to, like I say, cast those runes. So there's a lot at play here. It's going to be, you know, it's fun to put together, and once you get it, the healing's crazy. Like I said, if you want to play more of a solo version, just swap these gems out. Low health stuff, then you can drop the max health, you can drop this ring as well. Put a damage ring in, and then put more points into damage and drop some of these health points, because you shouldn't need 291 health really with the barrier. You know, you could drop a few points here and get to like 57 damage, and then with a damage ring, you know, you'd be doing a lot more damage, so that's a good way to do that. And then I would put the barrier gem into here, so you get, every time you got a barrier, you get boosted stats, which wouldn't help you for bosses as much, but I'd still put it here. And then I would maybe put the guaranteed elemental gem into possibly the pants, because yeah, you'd want to. I mean, the thing is, you'd have to get another max focus as well, because you wouldn't have the double up of these gems. You'd have to get another max focus probably in the helmet instead of max health, because again, you need to get down to that below 30% of your focus available. But I would put the guaranteed 60% in probably the pants for the stamina. You know, you want to have that constantly there so you can keep spamming. And then yeah, the max health gems would go into this one, they'd go into this one, and go into this one. So when you max health, these all get boosted even more. So your healing for yourself would again go down by half, but it's still super quick. But once you're full health, you've got the barrier, you'll heal your teammates very, very well. So that's the key thing with that. But yeah, this is a pure co-op version. Still good for solo, but yeah, that's a way you could make it a bit better with solo play. So pretty cool. Just something I wanted to do really. Is like a fun build option really. Very nice, and yeah, I think if they had some more difficult content into the game, it'll be a very, very fun build.